Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I haven't made a video in a while, right? Yeah, well, there's a reason for that. I've been working on this video for a really long time, and I was about to get done with it, like, around the 28th of December, but right as I was about to be done with it, the video got corrupted and I lost everything. So what you're watching is the second iteration of this video that I am wasting my life on. I have been working on this video for over a month now. Jesus Christ, it's been destroying my soul. Please never ask me for anything again. You didn't even ask me for this. I did this to myself. Just sorry for not making a video for so long. Please leave me alone.
Now that you're not around, come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Find the pain away. My head is in ruins. Need you in my veins. Don't know how you do it. Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Did we make a work of art just so you could deface it? Did you let it fall apart? So you could replace it. Have your name on the side of a burning bridge. Watch it fade when the smoke rolls in. Time that you killed, you promised to help me rebuild. Feels like you planned it, took us for granted. Oh, said you'd keep me safe, now you're tearing me down. Am I way too waste now that you're not around? Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Find the pain away. My head is in ruins. Need you in my veins. Don't know how you do it. Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Oh, you're freaking crazy. Hate me, love you, breaking bottles on the pavement just to watch it crash. Said you'd keep me safe, now you're tearing me down. Am I way too waste now that you're not around? Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. Find the pain away. My head is in ruins. Need you in my veins. Don't know how you do it. Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart. You keep me safe, now you're tearing me down. Am I way too waste now that you're not around? Come and leave your mark. Vandalize my heart.
Oh, hi there. Riveting to see you here. Sonic Frontiers might just be the most polarizing Sonic title thus far, as you either like it or not. I'm on the former side. I haven't played that many 3D Sonic games in the past. The ones I've played were Furry Fetish Simulator, Airblade, and what I would tell to my younger self. But I do know of the horrors of other Sonic games. Sheesh. So this is coming from the perspective of a fresh player and not a jaded one. But due to my possible bias and specific opinion, I think you should also check out other reviews, after this one at least. I recommend you watch videos from Yakko CMN, Video Game Donkey, Snap Procrastinates, and Sign Turbo, just to get a good idea of the good and bad of the game and see other perspectives. You don't even need to take my word for it. Listen to these lovely chaps who have their own opinions.
The fuck's a Sonic?
Sonic? What, you mean like the fast food chain?
I prefer Mario.
Okay, maybe that wasn't a good idea. But anyways, this is my review of the game, so here are my opinions. I'll speak about the general stuff first, but I will go into heavy spoiler territory, so please be aware to stop watching when I notify you when spoilers approach. Although, another person shall be joining me in this review to share his thoughts and feelings about the game. My good friend Ranni.
Hey guys, it's Ranni. You may know me as the guy that made that Spider-Man anime opening a few years back, but now I mostly make video essays, specifically about Sonic. So in this video, you'll hear me drop in once in a while to give my 2 cents about Frontiers. Back to you, Frog.
And also, Merry Christmas for when this video comes out. I went back in the script to say that since I've been working on this video for God knows how long and it's been destroying my soul. Happy Mariah Carey season. Oh, also, I got a new mic. So if the audio sounds a bit different, that's why. Tell me what you think of it compared to my older videos. Sorry if this video ends up coming out around New Year's Eve or the beginning of the new year. I've been pretty busy with life stuff in general, and besides this, making this video has been killing me so far. Not even finished with it around this time of making the video. But hey, if it ends up coming around New Year's Eve or the beginning of the new year, Happy New Year. If it doesn't, then oh well. But anyways, first things I think you should know are some not so good things with the game before I go into why I love it. The gameplay formula is fun, but very repetitive and samey, so a bunch of people may not like that. I didn't get bothered that much by it, but it isn't desirable. For me, personally, cyberspace was the weakest part of the whole game. It was fun at first because it forced me to get actually good at the levels, with 1-2 being a popular example. Gotta fucking hate that level. Well, no, I love it. But afterwards, I didn't like how it controlled. There were too many 2D stages. The controls were not as good in the open zone, and jumps were stiff as hell to turn around. And I felt slow as hell on the 2D stages. The same reused level themes were just dreadful by the last few stages, blending into each other, and just not being visually stimulating after seeing them so many goddamn times.
I'll have to slightly disagree with Frog on this one. I actually thought the cyberspace stages were pretty fun, and gave a different pace to the game. I do agree though that once you've seen one stage, you've kind of seen all of them. I even heard from one friend that they reused the same stage layouts from previous games.
Reusing level layouts is also not favorable because it really doesn't give anything new or original. Well, yes, there are original level layouts, but those are few and far between. I should also point out that there is momentum in this game, but not much of it, because the game isn't designed around it. So whenever you move around and just and stop, you just fucking halt. But whenever you lightspeed dash, you just fall on your feet. But sometimes there is momentum that can make you fly like Jesus! The pop-in is plentiful and quite hinders the immersion. The rails just kind of look funny floating there, but at least they allow you to go to transport into platforming challenges or across the sea or craters to different places.
Yeah, the pop-in in Sonic Frontiers is really bad. What makes it worse is that the only way to progress through the main story of the game is by collecting tokens scattered across the map. And when textures only pop in when you're close, it makes finding these tokens tedious. The floating platforms scattered across the islands are functional, but lack a stylistic cohesion and makes the map feel like it's still in development.
The challenges across the map to unlock more of it are pretty easy, but why do they unlock mishmashed squares of the map, and why are there so many of them? It's kind of being honest, especially since if you want to go to your objectives easily or do the cyberspace levels, or look at the side story cutscenes, and there are also, like, technically 4 islands, but we'll get to that later. And the upgrade system for rings and speed is fucking atrocious, because you have to upgrade either one by collecting cocoa, but you can only upgrade them one at a time. I do not care who you are, that is dreadful. Those are my gripes with the game, cyberspace being the biggest because sometimes it's just really ass, and other times it's really mediocre. Oh wait, I forgot about the worst thing other than cyberspace, but we'll get to that later because, oh boy, does that anger me. Just stick till the end to see it. So the story begins with Eggman finding a cyberspace portal and trying to discover secrets of the ancients, but it all goes wrong when the device he used to hack into the portal didn't work as it should have, and it sucked him into cyberspace. Meanwhile, the main crew were investigating why the Chaos Emeralds went into the Starfall Islands and what drew them there. But whoops! Something had to go wrong to progress the plot! We go through one green hill, god fucking damn it, and wake up on Kronos Island with a disembodied AI voice talking to Sonic, before a strange floating toddler flies above him. And off we go into the open zone! Or cyberspace again if you want to get all the vault keys. First impressions playing the game were fantastic. I felt like a child. I felt a childlike wonder I haven't felt in a while. Happiness that a 3D Sonic game was actually playable. It was some of the best fun I've had. Discovering Kronos, fighting all the enemies, and platforming around. It was genuinely amazing. The first ninja boss was quite fun actually, and actually had me doing several button presses instead of just mashing square. In fact, the combat as a whole was pretty fun. Sure, it's pretty simplistic and enemies are easy to beat, but for a baby's first Devil May Cry, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. And later on when I fought Asura, it was clunky trying to climb up the table with a skirt, but it was still quite fun beating it. I enjoyed my time quite a lot. Oh yeah, there's also fishing with Big the fucking cat. Holy shit, this is a fantastic part of the game. They must have spent the whole budget on it. The next section is filled with spoilers, so if you want to avoid spoilers, I suggest you stop watching the rest of this video. And for those who want to keep watching, get cozy! This is your last chance to avoid spoilers, so if you want to, you can go. You got me? You done watching? Good. Alright. The crux of this game's plot is finding portal gears and vault keys to progress through the story for your friends and have massive supersonic fights at the end. This repeats with almost every island. Yeah, it's simple and repetitive, but I didn't have anything against it at all, to be completely honest with you. It was still just as fun each time because of the deeper differences that aren't just the idea of the plot. Amy's character here is finally something that isn't just Sonic's girlfriend. It's really refreshing to see Amy be kind-hearted, sweet, humble, and a nice person who doesn't make her love for Sonic her personality. It's great to see another side of her. The dialogue between her and Sonic is always sweet. Ian Flynn wrote the character dialogues for this game, and I say, it was pretty solid. I don't mind the references to the games, comics, or other characters, and I in fact enjoy it a lot. It finally gives the Sonic franchise a proper continuity, and I love it. Then there's the Titan of Kronos, Giganto. Motherfucker rocks Sonic shit, all under the command of the same child from earlier, who seems to have a vendetta against Sonic, telling him that no matter how hard he tries, he will fail, and that her simulations all guarantees loss in the battle. Yeah, sure, I'll humor you, robotic crotch goblin. Maybe I can't win as Sonic, but I'll beat that Titan's ass as Super Sonic, just you watch! So after that royal ass beating, finding more of the emeralds, a pathway opens from the waterfall, and Sonic can finally approach Giganto to kick his ass. And this is what gave me the title for this video. Just watch.
I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give
This boss fight was one of the most hype experiences I have ever had. Goes to show that Sonic Team is finally doing what they and the fans want. It is actually a fantastic return to form. And you're telling me something like this happens in every island? Let's fucking go! This made me fucking cream with excitement. Sure, it was easy and the boss is made to make you look badass rather than actually be challenging, but it's still so fucking cool!
I totally agree. The fight with Giganto was awesome, and Sega did a really good job not just making a boss fight, but creating a whole experience for players. A big contributor to this would have to be the epic music that plays in the background when fighting Giganto and the other Titans. As the famous adage goes, a Sonic game may be terrible, but the music will always be great, and Sonic Frontiers is no exception.
Well, that's the end of Chronos. You get a flashback to the Ancients and Amy telling Sonic that he's making great progress, and Sonic then goes off to the next island. Only to get his shit zapped by a laser and scare away the emeralds from his failure. What a lovely intro for our next island. Ares reminds me of my pyramidical home. Lovely. This sand-scarred island contains the second of our friends, Knuckles. Plot-wise, it's more of the same, just with differences made due to the different island and characters. We get to see more of the Ancients' defenses and get to see our next Titan, a flying fucking snake. A flying snake too large for us to beat, so we run like the wind, fast as fuck, boy! Going into a more gameplay-focused scope, we'll get introduced to some new mechanics and enemies, some more platforming and puzzle challenges across the island. Ares was another really damn good island. The Guardians, the music, enemies, and atmosphere just all fit, and just the map overall were really great. I enjoyed it just as much as I did Chronos. My favorite Guardian was the shark. Sure, it may have just been a simple do the QTE and then attack the boss, but the spectacle was really cool, as with any other boss, really. I also liked the spring enemy because it was something neato, along with the kite-looking guy. I saw that the platforming challenges got more plentiful, and also a little more complex, and more fun. It was just so fun running into a small challenge one after another, like a little obstacle course. I really loved it. Wait, do we literally shoot a missile to drain the oasis? After obtaining more emeralds and having some sweet talk with Nux, we play a literal crane game. My god, those ancients were so advanced! And after we go through the last cavern, we fight the final boss of Ares. And it's... fucking incredible. For the same reasons as Giganto, but they even added some cool ass QTEs for the neat effect. I love that. Had lots of fun beating the shit out of Wyvern, and yes, it has the same thing with it being really easy but really badass. So take that as you will. But I personally enjoyed a lot. After literally inflating Wyvern, Knuckles says something that sounds like he's sucking himself off, and we go off to the next island. Just like in Ares Island, Supersonic flies into this volcanic hellscape of an island, but wait, what the fuck is going on? Hold on, hold up, this is a bit much. Okay, that just happened. Sonic goes off to explore and try to find Tails, and we get to my second least favorite island. It's not bad. In fact, it's still pretty fun. But I just despise how many 2D sections are on this island. Like, come on. Did you guys really need to make that many 2D sections? I thought this was Sonic Frontiers, not Sonic 4. Okay, maybe that was a little harsh. Otherwise, it did get pretty dreadful, being locked in a 2D perspective. Like I'm just running around and, hey, bring me back my damn ZX, Sonic Team! But other than that, I really like the Guardians and the enemies on the island, along with this being the most visually interesting island. I loved exploring it and finding that there are also ice mountains here. Minecraft biome blending much?
Chaos Island might be my favorite island in the game. Sure, it's far from perfect, but just like what Frog said, I love the overall look and feel of the world, and the music is very pleasant to listen to.
Anyway, we quickly find Tails and free him with his memory tokens, but Sonic has been absorbing too much cringe. I think my Amogusin dick from earlier had something to do with it. Anyways, Tails in this game is the most course-corrected character out of everyone here, and I'm so happy about it. Addressing the shitty writing of previous games as actual character flaws can be seen as a bit lazy, but I see it as genius, since it allows characters to actually learn from previous mistakes and not have them be, good from the start. Tails and Sonic's interactions are really sweet, and I haven't seen a bond like this in a Sonic game in a long time. Seeing Tails grow up again is so endearingly sweet. Wait, they mentioned Dark Gaia Sonic Unleashed this cannon, oh my fucking god! The next Titan to cock-block us is... Holy shit, that's a big boy. Tell you what, I think I left the stove on. Oh, god damn it, another 2D section! And this one's the worst one because the platforms keep disappearing! After that headache, we continue to rummage around Chaos Island, helping the Coco, breaking shit, playing a hacking minigame of Ikaruga, and seeing another flashback which shows the laser machines on this island being activated against something in the sky. We then collect some more Chaos Emeralds, and then we go into this minigame where we try to connect this bridge together, even though we could just fly over the bridge by boosting and hopping to the island, but we get cock-blocked by an invisible wall. Okay then, after unlocking the gate and connecting the bridge, we get to play... pinball? What? Like, it was fun, but this is kind of comical. Ah, yes, the ancients were so advanced with their ball flappery technology. Afterwards, the night awaits us at a crater inside the island. We talk to Tails, and then dive into perhaps one of the best bosses in Sonic history.
measure with the pain. Yeah, I can feel my fire awaken. No time for being complacent. There's a dream on the horizon, you know we gotta chase it. And when we get to where we're going, then we start the invasion. That's me? Nah, you must be mistaken. You know I'll turn you into rust, grind you right down to dust. You thought you were the best, well, you haven't met us. Fire and rain, call me the hurricane. I'm not letting it go, 'cause it's something I know. Will the whole world know your name? When we dance with destiny. I've been there and I've seen it. I'm never gonna stop believing. You'll find your flame. Now here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your Now here we go, it's the end of the show. Hear them, they're calling your name. 'Cause in the end, it's you and your friends. You'll find your flame.
This fucking boss fight. I have absolutely no words that could describe the sheer testosterone that the developers had when making this. I've already shown you, but I'll say one more thing. Sonic is legendary again. After that banger, we immediately head off to the next island in a big rush. I interrupt this section to say that this is one of the more controversial decisions made in this game, most likely due to deadline and time crunch restraints. Yeah, that's most likely it. The fourth island, Rhea Island, isn't really another island. It's just another section of Kronos that was cut off by an invisible wall. So I like to call Rhea Island Exposition Island because it purely exists just to provide some exposition to the Ancients' extinction by shutting down towers and nothing else. This island is pretty empty, but I see that as a good thing, since if you want, you can fuck around a bit with power boosts and jump around. It's pretty fun to just go full speed across the map and have nothing stop you. But besides that, back to the story. While we go to Rhea Island, these strange towers erect themselves from the island and start blooming like flowers to cast their Verizon signals. Afterwards, we see a dying Sonic knelt down while Tails runs to him. "Oh shit, Sonic! The 5G's frying your brain!" It's no problem, Tails. The Wi-Fi here be fast as fuck, boy. I'll be fine." What the fuck is this? Who wrote this shit? Oh wait, I did. This is the one island where I really started appreciating the soundtrack of this game as a whole. The soundtrack for Rhea Island is one of my favorites because it's one of the few things that you can focus on this island. It's highlighted fantastically. I like the platforming challenges you needed to do to climb up the towers and shut them down. It was pretty fun. I'm not covering the whole backstory of the Ancients since I want to save that for you when you play the games. Since I've spoiled almost everything, I at least wanted to leave something for you to enjoy for yourself. Rhea Island was also pretty neato, but it's a bit of a stretch to call it the fourth island in this game. This was a corner they kind of needed to cut. After shutting down some towers, Sonic's corruption worsens and almost cripples him as he tries to walk forward to finish his mission, while Sage sympathizes with him suffering, yet doing what he thinks is best to save his friends. Once he shuts down all of them, we see a kind of angst that hasn't been there in Sonic for over a decade, really. Sonic actually in pain. This was one of the better scenes of the game, in my opinion, because Sonic knew this would happen. He knew that he'd face some consequences because of what he was doing, but he kept moving forward, regardless of his own suffering, just for the greater good. It's really poetic, and his friends seeing him stand there lifelessly is depressing. I love the darker theme they decided to carry for this game. Like, to be completely honest with you, it spoke to me. Afterwards, we're transported to Oranos Island. Sonic is still corrupted, Eggman's ecstatic from what appears to be his victory, and oh, would you look at that! The AI voice that Sonic was listening to was the bad guy all along! Oh no! But with the power of friendship, Sonic's friends are able to get him back to normal. Who wrote this shit, man? After Sonic wakes the fuck up from his slumber, Sage makes Eggman begrudgingly team up with Sonic to save the world from this common enemy and settle their differences. Lost world much? And off we go to explore Oranos Island and try to find the Chaos Emeralds again. Oranos Island was also originally meant to be a part of Kronos like Rhea Island, but was entirely separated due to possibly claiming 5 islands as a selling point. Luckily, it at least has as much as a full island unlike Rhea, well, not counting the aesthetic. With enemies to fight, platforming challenges to complete, and guardians to fight. You can also interact with Sage throughout your gameplay for either main story purposes or for side stories. Getting to know more about her through interactions with Sonic is interesting. Sure, she may be an AI, but she still has feelings and emotions. She only ever wanted to protect Eggman. She just didn't want anything bad to happen to him. I really like her bond with Eggman for how human it felt. I also enjoyed seeing her come to accept Sonic as an ally, even though their circumstances made them enemies. Exploring the island still felt neat, even though it looks almost identical to Kronos. It was still a lot of fun, and I enjoyed whatever time I spent in it. Unlike Rhea Island, I appreciated the music here a lot more. The theme of the Starfall Islands is a great track, and I enjoyed hearing it while I kept playing. The enemies here are the hardest, though that isn't saying much, and Oranos Island felt like the same experience I had with Kronos. A lot of fun, but a little more nerfed than Kronos. Eventually, after collecting all the Chaos Emeralds, we play another game of Ikaruga and collect the White Emerald. But we need to connect to only one more, but somehow Eggman got to it faster than us. Sage decided to set out to help us in our quest to defeat the last Titan, and now we have the final boss of the game.
Don't you dare lose it!
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
Follow me, I'm standing on the border of everything. Listen close, can you hear the spirits sing those messages of long ago? Like tragedy, less than blood. Can you hear the spirit shout? The secrets in their melodies. Dream, explore the mysteries. Breathe, a new life is revealed to me. Once again, we'll start our story anew. Don't be afraid, I will be with you. I'm here, reaching far across these new frontiers. With my life, my faith is fear. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold time. Always a new horizon. Standing here, the way ahead's becoming clear. All across these new frontiers. In my hands, I hold the ones I love. Walk forward through the cold time. Always a new horizons.
This boss fight got me a little intrigued. It's pretty dang good, but it doesn't hold a candle to the other boss fights. Don't get me wrong, Supreme is a great boss, but every other boss had something better about it. Even though this is just a beefier Giganto. I prefer Giganto. It's probably because by the time I fought Supreme, I maxed out every single stat I had, and I essentially 100%ed everything in this game before fighting him. But Supreme was really easy, and I finished him faster than I would have ever expected. So it kind of ended abruptly. It wasn't bad, but I would have preferred more.
I totally agree. The last boss fight felt like a walk in the park. I honestly had more trouble fighting Giganto. I was pretty much like everyone else when fighting Supreme. I had leveled up my stats to the point where fighting the Titan was a breeze, and as a result, the whole fight felt underwhelming.
But oh wait! I played the game on hard mode! There's a true final boss on hard mode! Oh, this must be a test of everything I learned in the game so far! Oh, I hope this is actually hard to beat! A real challenge! The real final boss!
He took your home world. He took your lives. Are you going to let him do it all over again? I need your help. We can end this. Please.
What the fuck is this? Is this the final boss? This is the true final boss? This is what the whole game has been leading up to? Another motherfucking game of Ikaruga? What the fuck is this bullshit? The game was so fucking good, and I played on hard mode for this so-called true final boss. And this is what I get? Fuck this shit! You have absolutely no fucking idea how disappointed I was when I saw that this was the true final boss of the game. In fact, don't even ask me about it. Ask Willow.
Dude, like, Frog was as disappointed as a father watching their kid do a TikTok dance. He sounded so completely devoid of feeling, like, at all. Like, his soul got sucked out once he finished it. He legit told me to my face to not play Frontiers on hard, just so I wouldn't be just as disappointed as him. And I might consider it once I get the game at all, if I actually do. Being there while he was fighting the final boss and hearing that it's like fucking Galaga, like, that is just the ultimate bro moment. I am sorry.
Thank you, Willow. I appreciate your input, and so does my sore throat. But in all seriousness, this part of the game disappointed me more than any other game ever has. And I will go as far to say that this final boss is the worst final boss in video game history, throwing the entirely functional and fun boss gameplay loop for a goddamn Japanese shoot-'em-up knockoff. It is just a big-ass purple moon called the End that keeps mocking you. Shut the fuck up! I don't want to pay attention to this part of the game anymore. Fuck that shit, just no! I loved a lot about this game, and this bit just threw it all away. I couldn't even take the cutscenes after it seriously. After beating the fuck out of the End, we go through a QTE sequence where Sonic boosts through it. Huh, pissing on the moon much? Sage sees that it's going to explode, so she makes a totally unnecessary sacrifice by ramming into it, not even pushing it away. Look, it stays in place, just ramming into it and making a bigger hole in it. No, not even a bigger hole, a bigger fucking dent in it. Okay, I have to interrupt this part of the video to mention that I had to take a break from scripting because I was just so mad from being reminded of the End that if I continued writing, I'd have ignored everything afterwards and just acted out of my own bitterness. Anyway, that's how shit the boss was, and my throat also hurts because of it. Anyways, something I've neglected to mention earlier is Sage's character. Sage is an AI designed by Eggman. He developed her with the task of helping him escape cyberspace as he was stuck in there. And the whole game, we've been seeing cutscenes where Eggman and Sage interact, seeing them develop quite a bond. Where Sage continues trying to keep Eggman safe from cyberspace. Over time, you see Eggman show a more human side of himself to Sage, allowing himself to act like a father to her, even going as far as to call her his own daughter. Sage only sacrificed herself because she thought it could save her father. Which wasn't really necessary, but okay. Although, I really did enjoy the bond the two characters had, and I really wish there was more of it, because it's criminal how we didn't get to see, you know, Daddy Eggman.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I appreciate the relationship Eggman had with Sage, but in a way, I felt that it was rushed. We have like, what, 3 cutscenes of them stuck in cyberspace and now they're father and daughter? I think it would have been cool if there were maybe more flashbacks of the two before even setting foot on Starfall Islands, giving us more context on why they have such a strong bond towards the end of Sonic Frontiers. But again, I don't know how much of the narrative was under Sonic Team's control, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
After Sage's sacrifice, Sonic descends down from the sky along with the Starfall. Hey, nice. And Eggman just stares off into the distance, grieving over his lost daughter. Kinda felt bad for him. Afterwards, the credits roll. I share the same criticism with a lot of people that the end of this game felt really abrupt. I feel like there should have been more, like at least a little more to the story, and also to the final boss. Fuck that. But overall, the game was great, but the final boss is ass, disappointingly so. After scrolling through the credits, we see a cutscene where the main crew decide to go on their own journeys without Sonic, and they get on a plane and they fly out of the islands without Big! They forgot Big on the islands! They've left Big the cat! Another post-credit scene is Eggman trying to bring back Sage's consciousness through his computer, with this weird-ass symbol that we kept seeing throughout the game, but never got the context for. Like, what the fuck does this say? Zap? Fuck the fuck? And afterwards, more credits, and that's the end of Sonic Frontiers. I've talked enough about the game, so I want to talk about its future. Sega decided to... Whoa, wait just a fucking minute. Whoa, what is this, Sega? What is this? Wait, all that for free? Sega, this is too much, what the fuck? I'm impressed. They're actually sticking with this game and its formula. Like they're actually providing more content for it. Wait, it got nominated at the Game Awards too? Oh my god!
Oh, here we go.
Very busy voting in the past few days.
Yep.
Ranni, Sonic Frontiers, Genshin Impact.
Guys.
This is it.
Please.
This is it.
Guys.
Once we took out all the bot votes,
Straight.
the game
He took out the bot
votes?
The bot votes!
Fuck, what the hell?
Well, soldiers, we didn't get the award, but we still have great things coming our way for the Blue Blur. Kishimoto and the rest of Sonic Team are hyped, and will do their best for the next game if Sega gives them the time they need. The future's looking bright, guys. Sonic's back, and Sonic Team is finally making the things they want to make. Keep your chins up, guys. Sonic is back. Hopefully he won't leave again.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers may not be perfect, but in this new generation of gaming, it's definitely a step in the right direction for the Blue Hedgehog. But yeah, that's it for me, folks. Thanks for having me again, Frog.
And thanks for being here, Ranni. Much appreciated to have you. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you all for making it to the end of this video. I can't express how much it means to me. As of writing this script, it's been almost 2 weeks since I started writing it, and it's been even more than that as I'm recording my lines right now. I don't even know how much time has passed, and I haven't even started editing. That is true, but I might start editing like later today. It's like the 19th of December right now, so I might start editing now. Anyways, I had a lot of shit that going on that delayed the making of this video, and I'm sorry about that. You know, it's just life, you know, exams are coming up soon. I had to study a lot, you know, I'm still 15 years old. You know, and personal stuff as well. But I hope the fact that this video will be my greatest thus far would make up for it. Once again, thank you all for watching, for dealing with my ramblings and side tangents. And if any of this managed to put a smile on your face, I think I did my job well. See you later, fellas. Hop on.
The skies ahead are vast and clear. I hold my breath, step up a gear, feel the wind, smell Dream